afternoon. I don't have coffee. I have tea. I got tea. I've got rose hibiscus tea with a beautiful quote from Emily Dickinson, which I was thinking about because I was like, maybe this has something to do with my conscious coffee today. And it's how strange that nature does not knock and yet does not intrude. Emily Dickinson. Yeah. So I was thinking about that. And does that actually pertain to conscious tea today? And it does. It does. It does because our truth is just like nature. It does not knock, but it does not intrude. It is that soft voice that comes from so deep inside of us that it's so easy not to listen to. It's so easy not to hear it, not to pay attention to it, not to give it any, real attention. And then we run around, and we all do it, self-included. I do this so much. I just this morning, I did it on my morning walk. And I was telling Addison, because her and I walk together every day. I was telling her this morning, I was telling her a story, a love tale, my little love saga. And I was telling her about stuff and talking about different things in my heart. And I was like, yeah. And then she said something or gave me a look. And I just became this, it was just not, I had nothing to say. I couldn't say anything. There was so much to say, so much emotion. And at the end of it, I just looked at her and, and then she gave me this other look and I looked at her and I was just like, I just don't know. I don't know. And then we got quiet and then I looked at her and I said, I just lied to you. I just lied to you. That's not true. That's not true. I do know. And hey, Angie. And I said, it wasn't really me lying to you. It was me lying to me. And you got stuck in the middle of me lying to me. And that's what we do. We lie to ourselves all the time by telling ourselves that we just don't know. Oh, I just don't know what to do. Oh, I just don't know how to navigate through this. Oh, I just don't know what the next best choice is. Oh, I just don't know. I don't know what move to make. I don't know if that's the right house. I don't know if that's the right man, the right woman, the right, job, the right whatever. Is this the best financial decision? And we get so caught up in our minds, in the logical thinking of things and trying to make the smart decision, the right decision, the decision that will please everybody else. And way back there in the midst of all that mental chaos, the chatter, right? The monkey mind has just like that. There is this beautiful stillness. There is this peace. There is this knowing. There is a knowing, and it is just like nature, right? It does not intrude. It just is. It just sits there. It just resides within us. Our truth is always there. It is always present, and it's bullshit for us to say that we don't know. No, the only reason we don't know is because we don't slow the fuck down to listen to our hearts, to listen to our souls, to listen to our gut reactions, to pay attention to our truth, because we're so busy, caught up in the monkey mind, caught up in the ego. And that's where all the mental chaos comes from. That's why we can't make an accurate decision. That's why we make such piss poor decisions all the time. You can go, oh, but I made the best decision. I mean, how many times has this happened to you where you've been presented different options, different opportunities, and you look at it and you lay it all out in front of you. You put it all out in front of you, and then you're just like, okay, now what am I going to do with this? Like, what's the smartest decision? What's the best decision to go? What's the best long-term decision? And you lay it out and you look at it and you go, boom, 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 boom. And you kind of Franklin T it, right? For those of you that don't know what a Franklin T is, that's just drawing a T on a great big piece of paper, putting your pros on one side and your cons on the other side, and then just weighing them out, right? So for us analytical types like myself, who loves to analyze everything and lay it all out and really get into it all and tries to, go 10, 15, 20 years down the road, because I'm a preparer. I want to prepare for things. I want to kind of know what direction I'm going. and I'll just take it easy breezy. But I kind of want to know where, I want to set an intent for at least where I want to go. And so when I get presented different opportunities, or I have a choice to make, or I have something that is stirring inside of me, whether that is love related, health related, business related, family related, friendship related, whatever it might be, financially related, no matter what that is, I tend to want to look at all the best things and all the worst things about these decisions. So great. Look at me now. I'm not so happy. It didn't turn out the way I wanted to. Yeah, it was great here. It was great here. It was great here. But fuck, I am so unhappy. I feel so empty. I feel so undesired. I feel so unfulfilled. I feel like I'm a piece of the furniture, just ignored. I mean, yeah, I'm going to bring it back to relationship, right? Or, yeah, I made all that money, but what did I really get from it? What did I really offer this world? What did I bring to the table? Like, great, I got some money in the bank. That's money in investments. Got my house, my debt paid off, whatever it is that you're going for. But then, well, how was I of service in this process? A lot of people, I mean, we get to that point. I mean, here I am in my 40s, at least I've gotten to that point. I got to that point a while ago. Back in my 20s, I was looking to be of service, and in my 30s. But now, definitely in my 40s, I look at the future and I go, how can I touch more people? How can I access more people? And I see that in so many different people that I work with, wanting to be of service. What mark did I leave on this planet? What mark did I leave with the world? And purpose is a big one, right? What is my purpose? And then there is the big mark of love. Did I really experience love? Or did I just settle for something that was good enough, that was okay? And then there is, of course, finances, right? What kind of legacy, what kind of financial legacy did I leave my children, my grandchildren? What kind of life did I live? Did I just exist on this planet, or did I really go and living that fuck yes life, right? Which accumulates to more than finances, although finances definitely support us living a fuck yes life, right? Having finances mean that we can definitely enjoy, help, be of more service, give, share more. So how often is it that you make those decisions and you base them on logic, and you do that Franklin T, the pros and the cons? And I feel like I got something in my teeth. Hold on, guys. All right. Somebody would tell me that, right? Probably not. And then you get to that point and you realize, after you've made all the smart decisions, that you're really quite fucking unhappy with life. You're unhappy with the way things are, with the way things have turned out, and life is just kind of bleh. And days are just passing and months are just passing, and oh, there went another year. There went another year. Hey, thank you, Angie. And then there is intuition. I remember I dated a man. Of course, I've dated a few men. I dated this man many years ago, and oh my gosh, I loved him so dearly. It was so heartbreaking when I broke up with him. I cried for like 2 months. It was so sad. He was so sweet. He was one of those sweet guys. And I remember, because he's super analytical, logical, one of those smart people. I mean, he's created some beautiful things for our world. I tend to have dated some people that have created some awesome things for our world, out there in the world. Those little things like internet on airplanes. But I remember him grabbing a hold of my hands, and he used to look at me and he'd grab my hands and he'd be like, grab my hands. He'd go, you cannot listen to your intuition like this. That's sheer craziness. You can't just have everything. You can't base everything on your heart and on your gut feelings on stuff. You have to be logical. Now, granted, he was German, is German. He's not dead. He is German. Very logical mindset. I'm German. I should have that same logical mindset. I don't. I definitely lean towards the intuition. I used to drive him crazy because I would lean on the intuition and I would say, it just doesn't feel right. It just doesn't feel right. And he'd go, oh, and he'd get so frustrated with me, to the point that our relationship didn't feel right to me. and I knew we weren't going anywhere in a hurry and that we weren't aligned. And I just knew it. And then I went on this retreat to Hawaii. I did a whole sacred shaman journey to Hawaii for 10 days. And I came back, and a week later I broke up with him. I broke up with him because it wasn't right. And my gut knew that if I allowed that relationship to persist, to continue on, that the unhappiness, the lack of fulfillment that I'm sure that we both were feeling, he may have not been as tuned to it as I was, but I felt it. I knew that he was not the one for me. I knew it at my core, hardcore at my core. I knew without a doubt that as wonderful as this man was, as the amazing life that I could have had with him, you know, everything. I mean, like, his resume was amazing. Okay, ladies, his resume was really amazing. But I knew right here, I knew. When I went inside and I stopped doing all the ramble of the monkey mind and stopped looking at the Franklin T, because he definitely outweighed, one side outweighed the other on the Franklin T. But when I went inside and I listened to that soft voice in the back, that was just back there playing. Almost like, I always look at it like this, you know, well, I'll say, I just knew that he wasn't it, right? So I broke it off. And this is how I look at our truth. This is how I look at, and this is what it is. It's our truth, our individual truth that I'm talking about. And that knowing, and that we lie to ourselves about not knowing, right? And here's what it really kind of comes down to. It's kind of like this. I'm going to give you just like a little picture, okay? So imagine yourself sitting in a room, okay? You're the only person in the room. You're sitting in a chair. You've got a humongous, great big speaker next to you. We're talking stadium-sized speaker sitting next to you, okay? And then off in the distant corner behind you, over by the exit door, which is closed, is your cell phone. Okay? Your cell phone's on the ground in the corner, but right next to you is a stadium-sized speaker. On the stadium-sized speaker is the loudest, most abrasive music that you can imagine. And it's just, ah, right? Like, let's just throw headbanging out there. Like, just imagine a whole bunch of like just headbanging, right? So just headbanging music, just really, really this loud, static music that you cannot hear through. And then off in the corner on your cell phone is your favorite song. Your favorite song, except the volume's turned down. And it's playing. It's not silent. It's playing. But it's your favorite song. It's the song that opens you up. It's the song that makes you smile on the rainiest of days. It's the song that brings you into your heart space and makes you feel like all is right in the world. That song. It is playing on your cell phone. And there you are with that loud speaker blasting next to you. And that's your monkey mind, okay? That's the monkey mind. That's the logical mind. That's the mind that's telling you, go this way, stack it up, make sure that everything's this way and that way. Make sure that your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed and that everything is exact and you don't want to make any mistakes. And whatever you do, don't listen to that cell phone. Don't listen to the cell phone. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's stupid. Don't stoop. Don't. But there's this piece of you that goes, man, I'd feel a hell of a lot better if I could just hear my favorite song. So what the majority of us do is we listen to that loud, abrasive music as it is our truth. And we get caught up in the anxiety of things, and we get caught up in all of this stuff and the perceptions of others and the judgments and opinions and everything. We get caught up in all of that. And we forget that our cell phone's playing our favorite song, our favorite album. But sometimes we do this crazy thing. And some of us out there in the world choose to try to listen to the cell phone more than that speaker. But you know what it takes? It takes stillness. It takes going within. It takes being willing to face who you are, to breathe deep inside yourself, to feel, to drop the armor that we all carry around, to drop this nasty armor that we have, and to feel our hearts, to feel our souls, and to feel the knowing, to feel the truth of any situation that is brought to us, anything that is just laid down on the table before us, where we are feeling urgency and demands on us, where we are having time crunches, where we are having all this stress brought to us, where we feel like we must make the most logical, best decision, or we feel like we're going to lose it. But when we listen to that cell phone that's playing our favorite song, our favorite album, and we just knock out the monotony, the crazy of that speaker that is blasting the worst possible thing you can imagine, guess what? You access your truth. You access your knowing. And that's where your truth is. It's in your knowing. It's in everything that is inside of you. It's in the cells that are permeating throughout your body. Every little cell knows its truth. Your heart knows its truth. Your soul knows its truth. But you've got to be willing to listen. And you've got to be willing to go into the stillness. And that, in our world today, if you really truly look at our world today, right now, we are being bombarded by a ton of noise. It is just noise, noise, noise. We don't know what to listen to, what not to listen to. We don't know any of it, right? And it is just like coming at us. We don't know who to believe, who to trust, anything. And it's because it's all this noise. But God speaks through our hearts. God speaks through our souls. God, universe, source, energy, whatever you want to call it, that intuition, that knowing, because we're all divinely connected. Okay? And that's on that cell phone, playing your favorite music. That music that makes you feel so good. Because here's the thing. When we feel good, we are in alignment. When we don't feel good, we're not in alignment. What are we in alignment to? Number one, we're in alignment to us. Number two, we're in alignment to God, to source. Yeah. And when you're in alignment, it's kind of like you got the Midas touch. You're magnetic. You're more attractive. I'm not talking about physical, although you're more physically attractive too because you just have better energy, but you have better energy. And we're all frequency, right? We're all vibrational beings. And this is an attraction-based universe, an attraction-based world that we live in. Therefore, if you are in alignment to your core, to your truth, to your heart, to your soul, to God, to universal energy, then you're vibrating. Your frequency is at a higher rate, and you will attract higher frequency things into your life, and you will have a bigger knowing feeling because you can train yourself to pay attention to the cell phone instead of to that loud arena speaker. Stop lying to yourself. Take responsibility for your life. You are a co-creator to it. This life, it's yours. It is yours. And yes, it can be divinely guided. But your feelings, your emotions, your thoughts, your actions, your ability to choose to listen to either that arena speaker or to your cell phone, you get to choose what you listen to. You get to choose if you pump in the good stuff that makes you feel good or the not so good stuff that causes stress and anxiety and chaos and lack of focus and lack of clarity and has you just feeling fear and doubt and all that negativity, feeling lost. I don't know about you, but this world definitely has a whole bunch of lostness in it right now, and it's because everybody's being focused on the speaker. I'm a firm believer that the more people that wake the fuck up and focus in on what's playing on their truth line, their cell phone over there in the corner, and bring their attention to that and actually start to focus in on feeling good and falling in love with life right now, being happy right now, that each one of us who chooses that path, guess what? I believe that we make a pretty damn big impact in this world. We do. Because we have so much more to give. You don't have a whole lot to give when you're low vibing. But when you're vibing high, oh, you have so much to give. So much. Sharing is so easy. Seeing the truth is so easy. Forgiving is so easy. Feeling damn fucking good is easy because we build momentum around it. And when we build momentum around anything, positive or negative, well, momentum is what? It gives life to it. It gets it moving. And once momentum has a hold of something, then it just goes. So what do you want to have momentum around? And what kind of momentum do you want to have? I vote for my truth. I vote for my heart. I vote for my intuition. I vote for positive, good shit in my life. I vote for abundance. I vote for love. I vote for happiness and joy and health and well-being. I vote for connection and healing, for peace, for joy. That's where my vote lies. So I'm going to choose on what makes me feel good. I'm going to choose to listen to my favorite tunes and listen to my intuition and my heart. And I hope that you do the same. I hope that if nothing else, this message has at least made you wonder about what are I really listening to? What am I really, truly tuning into? And realize that you are responsible for your life, for your choices. You're not a victim. And that you can call in the best day, the best week, the best month, the best year, the best life through what you focus on. On that note, I don't know. On that note, you want more info? You want more deets? You want to learn more? You want to learn how to get that stillness to pay attention to the phone? Message me. Pop me a message here. Pop me a message anywhere. That's what I'm here for. And remember, stop existing. Start living. You are worthy. You do deserve a fuck yes life. And it's time to make today, tomorrow, the rest of this year, and the years to follow just that. So claim it. Claim the life that you deserve now. I love you guys. I will catch you tomorrow with another Conscious Coffee. You can follow me at www.kendalwilliams.com. Bye, everybody.